ISO27035 The trap, having a plan, is not being prepared. In incident management, most organizations have some kind of document, a plan, a procedure, a slide deck, a folder in the document system. The problem is that, under pressure, those artifacts often fail for one simple reason: they were built as deliverables, not as an operational capability. This article treats ISO/IEC27035 as a working guide to build a capability that holds up when you actually need it, when there's uncertainty, urgency, internal noise, and real risk. Documentation matters, yes, but as verifiable byproduct of real operations, not as a replacement for them. Core message: ISO/IEC27035 works if you treat it as an operational capability, minimum roles, routines, traceable decisions, and systematic learning. Documentation is valuable only insofar as it proves the process is executed. 2. Scope and guardrails, so we don't invent the standard. This text explicitly separates three types of statements. Asterisk per ISO/IEC27035, general reference the phased approach and incident management logic. Asterisk interpretation, how to translate that logic into day-to-day operations, without claiming it is a literal requirement. Asterisk recommended good practice, non-normative widely used industry guidance, for example, NIST SP 800-61 Rev 2, to make the system actionable, without presenting it as ISO. Intentional limits. Asterisk no specific clause citations and no, this is an ISO requirement, claims without verified official text. Asterisk no promises of compliance, certifiability, or audit outcomes as guaranteed results. Asterisk no country/industry legal obligations, we only acknowledge they exist and must be mapped separately. Asterisk no exhaustive scenario playbook catalog, we focus on how to structure playbooks and, crucially, how to test them. Asterisk no real-looking, fabricated numbers, times, volumes, rates. Examples are templates or clearly marked hypothetical scenarios. 3. ISO/IEC27035 as a system that works under pressure. Per ISO/IEC27035, general reference the series can be understood as an incident management process across phases: prepare/plan, detect/report, assess/decide, respond, learn. The difference between a written process and a living process shows up in three components that must run together. Asterisk people, clear minimum roles, even if one person wears multiple hats in an SMB. Asterisk process, repeatable routines, traceable decisions, simple criteria. Asterisk technology, tools that support logging, evidence, and execution, not just visibility. Interpretation, if any of the three breaks, you end up with theater. The documentation may look perfect, but without a decision chain, alternate communications, and real practice, it collapses when it matters most. 4. The anti-pattern, document theater, and incident theater. 2 common failure modes. 4.1 Document theater. Asterisk a long PDF plan nobody opens. Asterisk polished decks describing an ideal response. Asterisk procedures that cannot be executed with the real team you have. Signal, the content sounds professional, but shows no signs of use, no real tickets, no operational logs, no exercises, no post-incident reviews. 4.2 Incident theater. Asterisk nominal roles, incident manager, on an org chart, with no practice. Asterisk symbolic drills with no hard decisions. Asterisk metrics used as decoration, not as drivers of change. Signal, exercises change nothing, same communications confusion, same broken access, same escalation delays. 5. The practical output, run ISO/IEC27035 with living evidence. The goal is not to create documents, but to create routines that naturally produce evidence. That evidence is what proves you have an operational capability. Common evidence types, not exhaustive. Asterisk incident tickets/cases, ITSM, case system, or a simple repository. Asterisk operational logs, timeline, decisions, actions. Asterisk closure summaries and learning artifacts. Asterisk post-incident review, or structured learning after the event. Asterisk exercise records, tabletop, technical drills, and improvement plans. Asterisk internal detection/response metrics. 6. Preparation, the minimum viable setup that actually works. 6.1 Minimum roles, even if they're hats. Per ISO/IEC27035, General Reference Incident Management requires coordination and control across phases. Interpretation, in a small organization, you don't need a 12-person team. You need clarity for these minimum functions. Asterisk incident lead, sets priorities, approves disruptive actions, isolating systems, cutting access, coordinates. Asterisk technical operations, executes containment, eradication, recovery. Asterisk record/evidence custodian, maintains traceability, what, when, why. Asterisk internal communications, reduces noise, aligns business, manages expectations. Asterisk third-party liaison, if applicable cloud provider, MSSP, managed security service provider, forensics, etc. If one person covers multiple roles, document it and practice it that way. 6.2 Channels and degraded mode. Recommended good practice, non-normative assume corporate email/chat may be compromised or unavailable. Define. Asterisk an alternate channel, e.g., out-of-domain messaging group, phone, conference bridge. Asterisk an offline contact list, at minimum, leadership, IT, security, key provider. Asterisk rules for, who declares an incident and, who convenes the response. 6.3 Simple severity criteria. Avoid matrices nobody understands. Interpretation, define 3 to 4 levels with clear triggers. Asterisk business impact, service down, data exposure, degraded operations. Asterisk scope, one host, one segment, multiple systems. Asterisk urgency, active attack versus historical finding. Asterisk external obligations, if they exist, handled separately. 6.4 Playbooks you can execute. You don't need 40 playbooks. You need a few, tested ones. Example families, hypothetical. Asterisk ransomware/encryption. Asterisk credential compromise/unauthorized access. Asterisk suspected exfiltration. Asterisk denial of service disruption. Asterisk malware on a critical endpoint. Each playbook should answer, what to detect, what to decide, what to do in 15/60/240 minutes, and what evidence to retain. 7. Detection and reporting, reduce time to know. Per ISO/IEC27035, General Reference the detect/report phase starts the formal flow. Interpretation, this is where capability is won or lost. If detection relies on someone noticing, everything else arrives late. 7.1 Actionable signals. Define what creates a case. Asterisk EDR, endpoint detection and response, alerts. Asterisk CM, security information and event management, alerts. Asterisk user reports, phishing, strange behavior. Asterisk audit/monitoring findings, unauthorized changes, missing logs. Asterisk IOCS, indicators of compromise hashes, domains, IPs, etc. You don't need perfection, you need consistency in what gets logged and how. 7.2 Logging from minute zero. Logging is not for the end. It starts at the first alert. Minimum ticket template. Asterisk detection time and case open time. Asterisk source, alert, user, third party. Asterisk affected systems, if known. Asterisk initial hypothesis, if any. Asterisk actions taken and decisions, with owner and timestamp. 8. Assessment and decision, where it becomes real. This is where pressure shows up, isolate or not, stop a service or not, rotate credentials or not, communicate or not. Interpretation: if your process never includes hard decisions, it's not ready. 8.1 A simple decision triangle. 1. How reliable is the current signal, evidence? 2. How big is the impact, actual or potential? 3. What does action cost, disruption, operational risk, data loss? The goal is not to be right every time, but to decide quickly with traceability and adjust as evidence changes. 8.2a Traffic light for disruptive actions. Predefine which actions require approval, and by whom. Asterisk segment isolation. Asterisk privileged account disablement. Asterisk service shutdowns. Asterisk token/key revocation. Asterisk mass password resets. This prevents who can authorize this debates while an attacker is moving. 9. Response, containment, eradication, recovery, no heroics. Per ISO/IEC27035, general reference response includes actions to manage the incident and restore operations. Recommended good practice, non-normative: keep these concepts separate. Asterisk containment, stop damage and spread, isolate, block, segment. Asterisk eradication, remove root cause, patch, clean malware, close access. Asterisk recovery, restore services with controls, verified backups, validations. 9.1 Evidence as operational discipline. This is not about perfect forensics for every case, it's about not destroying your own traceability. Simple practices. Asterisk capture a timeline, what was observed and when. Asterisk preserve relevant logs, or at least references. Asterisk record key commands/actions. Asterisk keep before/after configuration versions. Limit, this does not guarantee legal admissibility, it's operational evidence to learn and to prove execution. 9.2 Communications to reduce chaos. Interpretation, silence creates rumors, oversharing creates noise. Define cadences. Asterisk short status updates every X time, even, no change. Asterisk a single channel for official status. Asterisk messages centered on impact, actions, and next milestones. 10. Learning, what turns response into capability. Per ISO/IEC27035, general reference learning and improvement close the loop. A post-incident review, PIR, is not about blame, it's about improving the system. 10.1 Minimum viable PIR template. Asterisk what happened, facts, not opinions. Asterisk timeline, detect, decide, contain, recover. Asterisk what worked. Asterisk what failed, technical and organizational. Asterisk corrective actions, owner and due date. Asterisk updates to playbooks, monitoring, access, backups, training. 10.2 From findings to real change. Maturity signal, the PR produces verifiable changes. Asterisk alert/rule tuning. Asterisk privileged access hardening. Asterisk configuration fixes. Asterisk backup improvements, restore testing. Asterisk playbook updates. Asterisk new exercises based on the incident. If the PR ends with, it is recommended to improve, it's theater. 11. Metrics, internal signals, not trophies. Common metrics. Asterisk MTTD, mean time to detect. Asterisk MTTR, mean time to recover/respond. Misread risk, turning them into vanity KPIs or external benchmarking. Correct interpretation, they are internal capability signals and trend indicators. Use them to asterisk see whether detection improves, MTTD trends down over time. Asterisk see whether recovery friction decreases, MTTR trends down or stabilizes. Asterisk find bottlenecks, approvals, access, backups, communications. Pair them with qualitative signals. Asterisk percentage of incidents with a completed PAR. Asterisk percentage of corrective actions closed on time. Asterisk number of executed exercises and applied improvements. Don't invent universal targets. Use your own baseline. 12. How to prove the capability exists without audit fiction. If your goal is to demonstrate operational capability, internally or to third parties, don't start with a final document. Start with living evidence. 12.1 Evidence Pack, example. Asterisk 3 to 5 sanitized incident tickets with traceability. Asterisk 1 to 2 complete operational logs, timeline and decisions. Asterisk 1 to 2 PIRs with closed corrective actions. Asterisk records of 2 tabletop exercises, scenario, decisions, improvements. Asterisk MTTD/MTTR trends, no external comparisons. Asterisk list of current playbooks and last test dates. Interpretation, this shows real operation under pressure, not just intent. 12.2 Rituals that sustain the system. Asterisk monthly review of incidents and near misses. Asterisk quarterly tabletop exercise, or more if risk demands. Asterisk contact list and alternate channel checks. Asterisk backup restore tests, with success/failure evidence. Asterisk playbook refresh after major changes, migration, new critical app. 13. What you must not promise, and why. Asterisk, this makes you ISO compliant, no. This builds capability, it does not guarantee certification. Asterisk, evidence equals legal coverage, no. Legal requirements depend on jurisdiction, contracts, regulation. Asterisk, MTTD/MTTR prove security, no. They signal detection/response performance, not absence of risk. Asterisk, a yearly drill is enough, it depends. Without real practice and improvement, drills become empty rituals. 14. Closing, documentation as trace, not as a substitute. ISO/IEC27035 works when it stops being a document and becomes an operating model, minimum roles, logged decisions, degraded mode communications, tested playbooks, and learning that changes the system. The clearest proof of preparedness is not a perfect PDF. It's being able to respond under pressure, and showing a consistent trail that you already do, tickets, logs, PIRs, exercises, and metrics used to improve.